All right, let's begin. Take a breath with me for a moment, just one. Because if you clicked on this, chances are you're tired. Not the I need a nap kind of tired, the deep tired. The kind that comes from trying so hard to make life behave. Trying to control outcomes, people, timing, money, healing, love, and secretly wondering why the universe seems to be ignoring your perfectly reasonable plans. And maybe you've heard people say, just trust the universe. And something inside you rolls its eyes and says, oh sure, I'll just sit here and hope rent pays itself. If that's you, I want you to know something right away. You're not broken, you're not failing at spirituality, and you're definitely not alone. You're human. And humans love control the way cats love knocking things off tables. Trusting the universe does not mean giving up, giving in, or floating around like a confused balloon waiting for life to happen to you. And thank goodness for that, because none of us signed up for that version. What trusting the universe really means is learning how to stop strangling your life with white-knuckle fear while still showing up for it. It's about surrender, yes, but not the kind where you collapse dramatically on the floor. It's the quiet kind, the kind that says, I don't have to force this anymore. If you're struggling right now, maybe you're pushing for answers, pushing for healing, pushing for love, pushing for clarity, and the harder you push, the heavier everything feels. That's usually the sign. Life feels like you're swimming upstream with a backpack full of bricks, and everyone else seems to be floating on a pool noodle. Here's the challenge most of us face, and it's sneaky. We think that if we don't control everything, everything will fall apart. We think vigilance equals safety. We think worrying is being responsible. But worry is just prayer for what you don't want, repeated over and over again with excellent commitment. Trusting the universe matters because your nervous system cannot heal, create, or receive when it's constantly on guard. You cannot hear guidance when your mind is yelling. You cannot feel peace when your body believes it's under attack by tomorrow. The truth is, life already has a rhythm, a flow, a natural intelligence that beats hearts, grows trees, and somehow gets you through things you once thought you'd never survive. You didn't consciously plan your healing from past heartbreaks, yet here you are, breathing, watching this video. That wasn't an accident. Let's simplify this, because the universe loves simplicity. Think of life like a river. You are already in it. You cannot opt out. Trusting the universe doesn't mean you stop paddling. It means you stop paddling against the current while yelling at the water. Surrender is not weakness. Surrender is cooperation. There's a scientific piece to this too, and it's comforting. When you're constantly trying to control outcomes, your body lives in fight or flight mode. Cortisol goes up, creativity goes down, intuition goes silent, and suddenly everything feels urgent and heavy. When you soften, even a little, your body shifts into rest and receive mode. That's when solutions show up. That's when ideas land. That's when life feels less like a wrestling match and more like a conversation. Now let's talk about what surrender is not, because this is where people get stuck. Surrender is not ignoring bills. Surrender is not tolerating bad behavior. Surrender is not saying, well, I guess I'll just accept misery. Absolutely not. Surrender is releasing resistance to what is, so you can respond wisely instead of react fearfully. Here's a simple framework you can start using today. I call it soften, listen, act. First, soften. This is where you stop arguing with reality. Not forever, just for now. You say, okay, this is what's happening. No dramatic backstory, no mental courtroom, just acknowledgement. Your shoulders drop, your jaw unclenches, you breathe. Second, Listen. When you're not panicking, you can actually hear yourself. Your intuition isn't loud, it's gentle. It often sounds like common sense or a quiet nudge you've been ignoring because it wasn't dramatic enough. Third, act. Trusting the universe still involves action, but inspired action feels different. It feels clean. It feels calm. It feels like one step, not a frantic sprint. Let me give you a practical example. Say you're worried about money, constantly. You check your bank account like it personally offended you. Trusting the universe doesn't mean you stop being responsible. It means you stop telling yourself a terrifying story every time you open your banking app. You soften. You say, "This is where I am right now." You listen. Maybe the nudge is to apply for something, ask for help, rest so you can think clearly, or stop undercharging for your worth. Then you act. One step, not 20. Flow is born from presence. When you're present, you notice opportunities instead of just problems. You notice people. You notice timing. You notice when it's time to push and when it's time to pause. And let's be honest, most of us are exhausted because we never pause. We think rest has to be earned, like some cosmic performance review. But rest is not a reward, it's a requirement. If trusting the universe feels scary, start small. You don't have to trust it with your entire future today. Just trust it with the next 10 minutes. Trust that if you stop micromanaging, nothing terrible will happen immediately. And if something does happen, you will handle it. You always have. Here's a tiny practice you can try tonight. Before you sleep, place a hand on your chest and say, "I am willing to let life support me in ways I cannot yet see." You don't have to believe it. Willingness is enough. The universe works beautifully with willingness. Another practice is to notice where you're gripping. Is it your breath, your schedule, a person, an outcome? When you notice the grip, gently relax it. You don't need to throw it away. Just loosen it. Life moves better that way. Humor helps too. When you catch yourself spiraling, you can say, "Ah, yes, here I am trying to run the universe again." Smile. The universe has a great sense of humor. It's not offended by your fear. It's patient. Trust grows through evidence, and you already have evidence. Think of one moment in your life where things worked out differently and better than you planned. That was trust in action, even if you didn't call it that at the time. Inner peace is not the absence of problems. It's the absence of inner war. It's knowing that you are supported even when things are unclear, especially when things are unclear. If something in you is tired of fighting, that's not weakness. That's wisdom waking up. In the next part, we'll go deeper into how to live this daily, how to let go without feeling like you're losing yourself, and how to build a relationship with life that actually feels kind. For now, just breathe. Let this land, and if you can, choose one small place today where you stop forcing and start allowing. I'm glad you stayed. That already tells me something about you. It tells me that somewhere beneath the tiredness, beneath the overthinking and the "I should have it all figured out by now" voice, there's a part of you that still believes life can feel gentler than this. And that part is right. Let's talk about letting go, because this is usually where people get nervous. Letting go sounds like you're about to drop something important, like your dignity, your standards, or your last shred of common sense. But letting go is not dropping the ball, it's dropping the struggle. Most of us don't realize how much energy we spend arguing with what already is. We replay conversations. We rehearse worst-case scenarios. We rewrite the past as if it's going to suddenly take notes and apologize. All of that mental activity feels productive, but it's actually draining your life force. And life force is precious. It's what you use to heal, to create, to love, to laugh at things that used to break you. Trusting the universe means you stop treating uncertainty like an enemy. You start treating it like a doorway, because every new chapter begins with, "I don't know yet." And that's not a flaw in the design. That is the design. Here's something gentle and true. You do not need to see the whole staircase to take the next step. You only need enough light for 1 foot. And that light often comes after you move, not before. A lot of people ask, how do I know if I'm surrendering or just avoiding? That's a good question. Avoidance feels numb and heavy. Surrender feels open, even when it's uncomfortable. Avoidance disconnects you from yourself. Surrender connects you more deeply. When you surrender, you don't disappear. You become more present. You stop chasing certainty and start cultivating trust. And trust is not blind. Trust is built on your lived experience of surviving, adapting, and growing. Let's talk about flow. Flow isn't something mystical that only happens on yoga retreats or mountaintops. Flow is what happens when you're aligned with yourself instead of fighting yourself. It's when your actions match your values, your pace matches your energy, and your expectations match reality. One of the fastest ways to block flow is to rush. Rushing is fear in a hurry. When you slow down, even slightly, you give life room to meet you. You notice signs. You notice synchronicities. You notice that not everything requires a dramatic response. Here's a simple daily practice you can try. Before making a decision, ask yourself, is this coming from fear or from trust? Fear feels tight. Trust feels steady. Fear demands guarantees. Trust moves with curiosity. And yes, sometimes fear dresses up like logic. It brings charts, opinions, and a very convincing argument. But your body always knows the truth. If your chest tightens and your breath shortens, pause. That's information. Inner peace is not about controlling your thoughts. It's about changing your relationship with them. You don't have to believe everything you think, especially the thoughts that show up at 2 a.m. Those are not spiritual advisors. Those are tired thoughts. When a fearful thought appears, you can say, "Thank you for trying to protect me, but I choose a kinder story." That's not denial, that's leadership. Let's get practical again, because trust needs practice, not perfection. One powerful step is releasing the timeline. We suffer more from when than from what. We think life is late, we're behind, or we missed our chance. But life is not linear, it's seasonal. Some seasons are for planting, some are for waiting, some are for harvesting. You don't dig up seeds to check if they're growing. You trust the process. Another step is practicing self-trust. The more you trust yourself, the easier it is to trust life. Self-trust grows when you keep small promises to yourself. Drink water. Rest when you're tired. Speak kindly to yourself. These are not small things. They're foundational. You can also practice releasing control in low-risk situations. Let someone else choose the restaurant. Take a different route home. Allow a day to unfold without over-planning it. Notice how the world doesn't collapse. Notice how you adapt. This is how trust builds confidence. And let's talk about receiving, because this is where many loving, giving people struggle. Trusting the universe means allowing support, compliments, help, ease. You don't have to earn rest by exhaustion. You don't have to prove your worth through struggle. If receiving feels uncomfortable, that's not because you're unworthy. It's because you're not used to it. Practice anyway. Say thank you without deflecting. Accept help without explaining. Let joy land without questioning it. There's also grief in surrender. Grief for the version of life you thought would happen. Grief for the effort you put into things that didn't work out. Allow that grief. It doesn't mean you failed. It means you cared. Trusting the universe doesn't mean everything will go your way. It means you will be okay even when things don't. And that is a deeper, steadier peace. When fear arises, return to the present moment. Ask, what is actually required of me right now? Not tomorrow, not 5 years from now, right now. Often the answer is simple. Breathe, rest, make the call, take the walk, drink the tea. Life responds to clarity, not panic. And here's something I want you to remember. You are not here to figure everything out. You are here to experience, to learn, to love, and to grow. You are allowed to be a work in progress and at peace at the same time. If you want to take one small action today, choose this. For the next 24 hours, notice when you're trying to force something. When you catch it, pause and ask, what would it feel like to trust here? You don't have to act on it immediately. Just notice. Awareness alone begins the shift. If this message spoke to you, let me know. Leave a comment about one area of your life where you're practicing trust. Or simply write, I'm learning to let go. That intention matters more than you think. And if you'd like more reminders like this, more moments of calm clarity in a noisy world, stay connected. Subscribe, return, and let this be a place where you remember who you are beneath the striving. You are supported. You are guided, and you are doing better than you realize. Be gentle with yourself. Life already is,